Hey, what's up? Welcome to the PepperPack Podcast. I'm the Dr. Pepper teacher, Zach Bowman.
I'm Dr. Pepper Doge, Richard.
How's it going? We are back for another episode. We're getting fancy. We're figuring out all the cool things of this new streaming site we got. What's up? I told you not to comment at the very end of the show. So you comment right at the beginning. What's up, Carter? How's it going? Get your homework done. But we are back for another episode of the Pondering Pepper. Let me throw that banner up there because why not? So, as we always, let's start the show off right, Richard. 1,
2.
23. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Always hits the spot.
man. This has been a Friday. So, I love gifts. I had someone recently bless me with a new to me vehicle, and we've been fixing it up, and we thought we had everything working on it. And it happens to have like a center console that there's the screen that shows like your miles per gallon and everything. And then underneath it is your air conditioning controls and heat and everything, CD player and radio. Well, for some reason, it just keeps randomly losing power to that segment.
No.
And so I can still drive the vehicle fine. I just have no control over the air or the heat or the defrost when that goes out. And then I can't see like all the info on the screen, like the backup camera and all that. And it happened once before, and we figured out that there was a headlight issue where the headlight was shorting out and causing this electrical malfunction. And we fixed that headlight, and then it was good to go, and haven't had any problem since. And then today it's happened like 2 or 3 times to me, and it triggered the check engine light. So I'm like, all right, Lord, am I not supposed to keep this car? I would like to keep this car. Please help it get fixed. But yeah, so this Friday's been a Friday, and I'm like, I need this Dr. Pepper.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, even if it had been the best Friday ever, still worthy of a Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah, well then you celebrate with the Dr. Pepper. So
That's right.
we almost need to like specify. There's different types of Dr. Pepper. There's the celebratory Dr. Pepper, and there's the comfort Dr. Pepper, and there's the I just need a hug Dr. Pepper.
Dare I say, Dr. Pepper is like the Psalms of sodas. There's an occasion, every occasion for a Dr. Pepper.
I don't want this to be blasphemy, but would this be the 23rd Psalm?
You know,
Like my cup runneth over.
man, there's a lot to unpack there.
Mm-hmm.
That might be an episode on its own for sure.
Oh yeah. This is how I get fired for being a teacher. No. I've actually thought about that before because I was thinking about like ways we can incorporate the number 23, and I was thinking about the 23rd Psalm, and I was like, oh, hey, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Yeah, no, I'm not going to compare Dr. Pepper to God. That's not going to. Well, we won't go there. But
I'll say the closest you can get is every good and perfect gift is from above, and this is a good gift.
This is a good and perfect gift. It is. All right. Well, tonight's Pondering Pepper question is Pondering Pepper 1926. What's a belief that you hold with which many people disagree? Now, I had a tongue twister saying that over and over again earlier. The with which part of it. And I think I have many beliefs. Some of them are more comical. Some of them are more serious. And many of them people disagree with. One of my beliefs, we can just kind of rapid fire these, Connor. I can share one, you can share one, or I'll share 7 and you share one, whatever works. I don't believe in the T word.
The T. Let me think about
And
that.
for those of you wondering what that is, TRY.
Oh, okay. So you follow in the ways of Master Yoda then.
Actually, yeah, I've heard him say that, but the movie I got this from, I believe it's called I Love You Man, and there's a scene in there, not in necessarily a family friendly movie, but they're having a conversation, and he asked him when the last time something happened, and he's like, "Well, I TRY," and he's like, "You can't do that." And he says, "Trying is having the intent to fail." And it made me think, and I was like, you know what? That's very true. Uh, and I tell my students they're not allowed to try in my classroom because
Mhm.
I just need them to do the best. Because if they're just going to try, that means they don't believe they can do it, and so they're not going to give me their best, and so they're more or less preparing to fail. So they're having that intent to fail. I said, even if they get it wrong, I now know what they can do, and then I can help them. So I don't use that word at all. My wife gets frustrated with me sometimes, and my daughter because yep, Carter, no T wording. That's what we have to say in the classroom. They're not allowed to say that.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, my wife's like, I'm not one of your students. Don't talk to me. I'm like, nope. I don't even want that house. It's a state of mind. So
That's a good one.
that's one of my beliefs that not a lot of people agree with.
Uh, the one that immediately came to mind. It's more controversial than I thought it was. Like I always knew it was controversial, like, but I thought it used to be like a split down the middle, 50-50.
Hmm.
But the more I see online and the more I interact with just about everybody you
Please
know,
don't
I
tell me.
realize
Please don't tell me it's putting wearing socks with sandals.
no, no. Uh that's the best. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Uh
don't do it.
no, it's how to pronounce the graphics interchange format file
Are
description.
you talking?
I I follow in the footsteps of the founder who stated I invented it. It's pronounced GIF. I know it's not a popular opinion, but that is a
Nah.
belief I hold
The
dear.
reason why I have I struggle with saying it that way is because whenever I hear a GIF, I think of the peanut butter.
The peanut butter. Yep.
And
Which the peanut butter is also pretty good.
speaking of
Although
peanut butter, I got a
it's a
crumble ultimate peanut butter cookie that I'm gonna
man, that sounds really good.
enjoy. It's got like sugar sprinkled on the outside of it, like almost like a brown sugar. Then it's got a peanut butter glaze across the top of it, and then the inside. I don't know if I can get it up here on the camera without spilling it all over. There's like a peanut butter core, a gooey
Man,
peanut butter core.
never have I wanted the ability to teleport something through a monitor more
Do
right now.
you have crumble around you?
Uh Actually, I don't know. That is a
Hmm.
very good question. Will my internet break if I try to open up another
I know.
tab?
What if you do? At least I'm here until my computer decides to shut off on me.
I do have one.
Hmm.
Amazing. That's great. And it's like not even barely a mile away.
Now,
It's walking distance.
crumble is amazing. They're a little pricey. An individual cookie is like I think $3 or $4, but you can
Hmm.
get like a 4 pack for like $14. So that's what I did. And I told my wife I bought cookies today from Crumble on my way home, and I got the 4 pack, and I got all peanut butter cookies. And I'm like, okay, she'll have one, and I'll have three. She opens up the box. When I went to the store to get dinner and came back, and she's like, I was so mad tonight, and I'm like, what? I haven't even done anything. What? She's like, I opened up the box of cookies, and they're all peanut butter. I
Oh,
hate peanut butter cookies, and I was like, oh, that's okay. I love peanut butter cookies. More for me.
nice.
So, but yeah, I just wish we had Dario here so we could talk about
Hmm.
cookies and Dr. Pepper together.
I would be interested to see Dario answer this question in the realm of cookies since he's
Hmm.
our Dr. Pepper cookie master.
Hmm.
So that would be interesting. Like Pete might say he hates Oreos, which are America's number one cookie. So that would be a pretty uh not common belief to
That'd be a
hold.
bold statement.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But if he says it, he might convince me through a
Hmm.
lot of talking since he's a master.
Hmm.
So
Nope, not go work. Mm.
yeah, I was trying to think of any other beliefs that come to mind uh based on this question, but the one I offered was the my gut go to reaction that I felt fit on this.
Hmm. Um, man, that is some thick peanut butter. I feel like I'm choking as I attempt to chew it. Um, so I obviously have some beliefs that I believe are true. Um, One of the beliefs I have that other people would disagree with is this is gonna be shocking, Connor, or not? Yeah, Richard. Sorry, I fixed myself there. But that one of the
Mhm.
beliefs I have is that I'm always right, and I know not everybody agrees with that. They may disagree with me.
Well, I mean, for now on the podcast, according to my screen, I'm on the left and you're on the right.
I
So,
mean, you're not wrong. No, I also believe that a tomato is a vegetable
Mhm.
because Bob the Tomato is on Veggie Tales, and that's a
Oh,
Christian cartoon, so they would not lie to kids. So therefore, ketchup is one of my three main vegetables that I eat. The others are corn and potatoes.
Mhm.
My wife tells me none of those are vegetables, but I say I don't care. It's again where I'm right, and it doesn't matter. Um, Now, on the serious side of this question, what are some beliefs? Obviously, you and I have shared our faith that we
Mhm.
have the Christian faith, and we know there's a large population that shares that belief, but in the world we live in, there's also a large that disagree. And the beautiful thing about the Christian faith is it is okay that we disagree. We still care to have that friendship and relationships. We know many of our fellow ambassadors that don't share that same belief, but we still have great friendships and have communication with them and are able to have that dialogue. Um, and yeah, it's I think that's part of life is just learning to live through disagreement.
Mhm.
I know that's one I struggle with, like we talked about with our children. Sometimes I get frustrated. I tell my daughter to do something and she doesn't believe she needs to or understand why I've asked her or told her to do something. And so she'll disagree with me and fight tooth and nail until she realizes, oh, maybe I should have just done it. Hmm. But what other beliefs?
I felt like I should have prepared more because I'm sure we could come up with a ton.
Oh,
But
I'm
then
sure.
there's always
Oh,
that hidden bit of, oh, I'm about to say this thing, but I guess I'm assuming that people disagree with this belief that I hold, unless like I've been
uh,
met with tons of resistance for sharing it or
yeah.
something.
Here's another one. That American soccer is the real football.
Oh, you're saying you agree with that?
I believe that American soccer is the real football, and
Well,
I
you
know
got
I
a
would.
friend in me there because I'm more a fan of American soccer than I
Yeah.
am the other one. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, we just lost half our followers. No,
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like looking at a tracker. I was like, crap. Mm. I Here's another one. I believe the pepper pack should not be destroyed.
Well, see, while I agree with you, the question is many people disagree. While I think a lot of us were not shocked, I think most of us, excuse me, most of us would agree with you, and the only ones that would disagree with you are corporate.
Hmm. And that's why they're wrong. Mm. um, I know in the South, when you get a soda, they ask you if you want the C word, and then you say
Hmm.
yes, and then you say what kind. I am under the belief that you should ask somebody if they want a pepper, and when they say yes, or and what kind, it's going to be regular, zero, diet, cherry, strawberry and cream, vanilla float, um,
Are you
cream
trying
and
to think
coconut.
of Are you trying to think of all the flavors just
Well, I'm
look
just well.
above me?
Oh no, I see that above, and I got mine too. But I'm also thinking I know some of them are limited. I was attempting. I was thinking about
Hmm.
like the birthday cake and the chocolate cherry and the hot pepper or the hot one that we did. the hot take. That's the word I'm looking for.
Right.
But yeah, those would be good ones. But I feel like I should look up the top like 20 disagreed things.
Oh man, yeah. If we had prepared that list and just gone through it to see if we agree or disagree with most of it, that would have been something. That's if
So,
people are wanting
so
to sit
yeah,
here
no.
and listen to us talk about that.
Oh yeah. Well, whether they do or not, we're gonna do it. So should I look up the top 20 most disagreed statements or
And then let's just pick a couple of.
disagreed
Put us on the spot here.
controversial topics? Oh, most of these are political, so I don't want to
Yeah,
get
I
too
was just
much in.
about to say you probably need to filter it out.
Yeah. AI.
Ooh. Mm. Yeah.
I mean, I thought he was a good basketball player, but I'm not big into basketball.
I don't get it.
There's a basketball player named Allen Iverson, and he went by AI.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yep. As you can tell, I'm not your lifeline when you're needing help on a sports trivia question.
I'll just call you and tell you that I'm winning $1 million.
Just like that one guy did on
Yeah,
Millionaire.
the
So great.
first one he called his dad.
That would be the only time I would expect someone to call me for help on a trivia show is just to let me know that they already know the answer.
All right, here's BuzzFeed's 19 beliefs people once swore by and have since abandoned for good, proving growth is everything. Um, that being selfish is bad and people will judge you for it. Nobody cares if they do. Too bad. Live your life how you want. Being selfish is bad. Do we agree or disagree?
I feel like it's asking for an absolute, but I'm
Mhm.
more of a within certain limits and
Yep.
reasons.
Hey, what's up, Brylan? I got 2 students on now. Make sure you tell your other classmates that they missed out. But yeah, so I think, like you said, within reason, um, I definitely think, as we talked about our beliefs earlier, being selfish is kind of the whole opposite of the whole Christian mindset. Right? We're supposed to be thinking about others more than yourself, but there is also a realm in that in which you have to take care of yourself. You can't put yourself
Mm-hmm.
in danger, type of deal. Oh, this one. I can't tell you how many times I've thought this. If I work hard, I'll be appropriately compensated.
I used to believe that. Now I realize, nope.
Oh, maybe someone will pay me extra because I went above and beyond with the
I,
ask.
I will say, well, while I'm saying no to that, I'm not wanting to imply that I think I need to no longer work hard. I will still
Mm.
work
Oh
hard
yeah.
knowing that I'm not going to be
Hmm.
appropriately compensated. And I
Same.
know I can say this boldly because I really doubt any of my coworkers are going to be having it upon this podcast anyway. So,
Yeah. But if
but
they
but yes,
do,
I'll still work hard because
oh yeah,
it's what's demanded of me. But
yeah.
I'm not going to
Well, and that's like
expect.
that's something I was talking to my buddy I work for. He's like, part of the reason he told me like he likes that I work for him is because I have a work ethic and I was raised with and I was taught by my parents that you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. You show up early, you stay till it's done. And he's like, I can hire 20 people that won't show up as often as you or whatever or be here and just want to work. This one is about ex relationships, so we'll skip that question. That it's worth it to be kind to everyone, even those who are unkind to you. Now I know I shouldn't waste my time on those who are unkind to me. Um,
Being kind is free.
yeah,
I can't think of a situation that does not call for being kind, in my
yeah.
opinion. It's not easy, but
No, no, I would agree. And there are times where I fail at that because I'm just like, I've given you kindness multiple times and you have chosen to not have it, and it just yeah. But being kind, even it is worth it to be kind. So some people argue that it's not worth it to be kind, even if people are unkind to you. I could totally see both realms of that because I'm seeing scenarios in my head. So yeah, that I can see why that could be a good topic that people would fight, a
Right.
hill not to die on. That success is all about hard work. Turns out timing, luck, and connection often play a much bigger role than we like to admit. I would say that's true. Hard work,
Yeah.
hard work is a huge factor, but timing and just the connections and relationships you have with people definitely play a huge role.
hmm I will say it
Yeah.
also depends on how you define success. Because what one person might consider successful, the next person might not,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot goes into both of those.
Here's a good one, and I already hear the music in my head. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Now, this was like as a '90s child,
hmm
late '80s, '90s. I feel like I heard from either my parents or my older siblings. Well, you didn't die. What doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Yeah, I get the idea behind it, but
Mm-hmm.
that's probably one that I'm going to have to not check the box on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. This is one I struggle with because I totally see both sides of it. That you should go to work or school even when you're sick because it's not that bad.
Straight up, no. Because while it might try to paint a good picture of intention of like, I really want to deliver for this,
Mhm,
it has consequences. I
mhm.
don't know how
That
many
affect
people
other
I've
people.
seen get sick and then share the sickness and then
Mhm.
share the sickness. Like
Yeah. As a teacher,
it's not
having
worth it.
people come to school over and over again, you're like, no, go home. I can't tell
Stay
you how
home.
many times I've heard a student, either in my class or a different class, like, well, I threw up this morning before school, but I feel better now. Or my mom told me not to tell you that I threw up last night. And I'm like, yeah,
You should have stayed
probably
home.
should go home. But at the same time, I'm the teacher that like, and I'm not throwing up. I'm not throwing up and staying home, but like, I may not feel great,
hmm
but lesson plans are harder. Sub plans are harder than just pushing through.
Yep.
So yeah, I see both sides of that one. Well, I was actually thinking about this when we were talking about beliefs. The idea that bad things happen to bad people and good things happen to good people. So much of our life is quote unquote luck. Um, I think good things and bad things happen to everybody,
hmm
and sometimes we can just focus and live in that positive or negative more than we want to.
Yep. Yep. Both good things and bad things happen regardless. Sometimes some are more prone to happen based on the actions and decisions you make and are a consequence of your
Hmm.
action.
Here's a relationship one: that there is someone for everyone.
I don't
Now,
know.
my immediate counter argument to this one, I think it was the Apostle Paul that wrote, "It's better for him to be alone or be single." But
hmm
then, anyone that wants to argue biblically with me, they'll probably go to Genesis where God says it's good for man to not be alone. So, yeah, that's one that's up for debate. Oh, this is great. The belief that my parents knew exactly what they were doing when I was a kid. If I knew that they were making it all up, I would have been terrified.
Yep. Spoiler alert. Nobody knows everything that they're doing.
Just buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Some are just better at faking it than others.
Oh, wait, this I've heard lots of people argue about this one. that what I put in the recycling bin actually gets recycled, and the
It
belief that I
depends.
was actually helping the planet by doing so. So,
Yeah, the second one more so than the first.
hmm
The up to the consumer, our impact on the planet is like a tiny percentile compared to like mass corporations.
hmm
But it also depends on the city you live in. As
yeah,
long as you are putting the proper thing in the recycling thing that because they
yeah,
should all have like a list of like this plastic number 3 and 7 is not allowed or whatever. I don't even
which
know
is
what those are.
so
I just see
dumb.
them.
Why? How are there different plastics?
I don't know, but I had heard that a lot. Like
hmm
everything that goes in the recycling just goes to the dump and the garbage anyway. So I was like,
hmm
is that true? Like, what's the
hmm
point? So then I went and followed it, at least in my town locally, and that's actually not the case. Like
hmm
if it is something that's not supposed to be recyclable, that does end up ruining some of the batches, and they just dump it all because they don't have
hmm
the time to like sit there and filter
Sift
and
through
sort
it.
through
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
hmm
but they don't always end up to the same place depending on where you're at.
These next two are funny. Avoiding fat is the best way to lose weight.
That's funny.
yeah. Uh, People always laugh at me, or they don't laugh at me. They're always like, "How do you stay your size when you drink a ton of Dr Pepper?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not really that skinny. I just have an appearance of being skinny." And that's why, like, when I switched to zero sugar, I dropped like 30 pounds. I was like, "Holy cow,
Mhm.
this was awesome." The next one, that being an adult is so great. And
It
then
has
I
its ups and
discovered
downs.
taxes, work, children, lack of time and responsibilities. Oh, that's funny. Uh, I always had never confused popularity with success. Meanwhile, popular people have become successful, and successful people have become popular, with what appears to be no other redeemable trait. So those are just some interesting beliefs that people tend to argue and may or may not agree upon. But I think one thing you and I can definitely agree upon, Richard, is that Dr. Pepper is the best soda there is, and
For sure.
anything else is just a pale comparison. Oh, well, it was great chatting with you again. I've always enjoyed our talks and our
Mhm.
Dr. Pepper drinking. I think, oh, what do I need to do? Get that there. Do one of these things, do one of those things, and just say we have some more fun conversations and questions planned to chat with y'all in the future. Thank you as always for joining us. If you haven't had a chance to check out our Redbubble store, I will throw that up here, redbubble.com, and the Pepper Pack podcast on there. We have great shirts, merchandise, everything that helps support the podcast. That's what we need to call this, the podcast, rather than the podcast. Flip
That
that
is
D,
great.
flip that D upside down. The podcast.
Yep.
Oh
Sorry,
man.
I just saw an Instagram comment from Cam903 that said Pepper Pack forever.
Go on. We can do it. At least in our hearts. Um, but yeah, check that out. You can check out our link tree. Follow us on all our socials, our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I keep Twitter, X, whatever. YouTube. Did we do the Steam? We talked about Steam. I don't know if we ever did it.
No, we didn't.
Okay. Well, we'll get there eventually. But we appreciate that. Share that. Help us get our name out there. We appreciate it. Stay caffeinated. Be blessed. Be a pepper. And until we drink again, we'll see y'all next time.